I'm Cortana.
No, you're fucking not. Who are you? What am I looking at? But wait, let's not get ahead of ourselves, because I think there's still hope for this show. Yeah, they messed up some easy stuff, like Cortana not being blue, and like Master Chief not being voiced by the guy that voiced Master Chief for the past 21 years.
We're not leaving him here.
Yeah, you're not.
Covenant forces appear to be excavating some kind of object.
But I'm feeling a little bit optimistic that this show will be good. Why am I optimistic, you ask? Well, it's because of this. And also because of this. You might think that these shows have nothing to do with Halo or the TV series as a whole, but you couldn't be more wrong. Because these shows were really good. Critically acclaimed, actually. And that is an extremely big milestone for video game adaptations. Because the main reason that video game adaptations have a bad rap is that in the past, the overwhelming majority of them have been cash grabs. Movies and shows made on as low a budget as possible that will try and coast off the recognition of the IP that they're using. They rarely, if ever, use any of the source material for reference. In fact, they don't really care about the source material at all. They just use the brand name to instantly capture an audience with no effort required whatsoever. But these shows aren't that at all. These shows are made out of sheer passion for the games that they represent, and even where they deviate from the main source material, they're still very clearly love letters to that source material. Their creators clearly love the universe that they're working with. Riot were very deeply involved in the production of Arcane, and allegedly, 343 Industries are very closely working with Amblin on this show. So there is going to be people devoted to Halo at the top, making decisions. It shows a shift in attitude from Hollywood towards video games and their adaptations. So you know what? Maybe there's still hope for Halo. Now I know that there's this, and I know that there's this. This one looks pretty bad actually. But stop looking at that. Don't look over there. Look over here. These ones are good. Now, there are rumours that the show is going to feature a little bit too much politics for most Halo fans' tastes, and that isn't really necessarily what people think of or want when they think of Halo and Halo's story. There have also been a lot of people worrying that this TV series is going to deviate too far from the Halo lore that has been set up for so long by the games that already exist. People are concerned that the further you stray from the source material, the worse the show is going to be. However, I think if we look at Arcane as an example, we can see how this might not be the case. Arcane takes well-known characters in the League universe and tells a sort of origin story for them. But what's important to note is that technically, the entire show isn't canon. The stories in the characters' in-game bios, as well as the stories on the League universe website, deviate fairly drastically from what is depicted in Arcane. Now, League is not even close to as story-driven as the Halo games, unsurprisingly, but the point still stands. As long as you get the core details correct, the stuff that only die-hard fans would notice or even care about can deviate slightly without upsetting too many people. Most adaptations in the past have completely ignored the source material, and they've ignored the desires of the most die-hard fans. But I think listening too closely to the die-hard fans can also be a mistake, because the die-hard fans will be angry if you get the Master Chief's favourite breakfast cereal wrong. There's clearly a happy middle ground. You want to make sure your fans are happy, but you want to try and draw a line between what's important and what's nitpicky. As long as the recognisable stuff works out well, the tiny little details don't have to be perfect, as long as any deviations made serve to make the show and its story better overall. Now, the recognisable stuff isn't doing too hot so far, but I'm still holding out hope. Maybe a little bit too much hope, but still hope. Thanks for watching.